Hey paddlers, so we're continuing with this downwind here, early August on the Gold Coast. Hasn't really worked out, it's a bit early. Real nice wind, still a bit of bumps as you can see. Again, not trying to play with that risk reward that we did in the last video. Really just trying to hold 13k pace, low 13s. If something pops up, I'm on it. If not, I'm sort of probably slowing down to mid 12 and a halves, and then just again high 12, low 13s. Sort of where I've been sitting most of this one. Feathering, as we know, light on the rudders. Get a little angle change to get a lift. This video though, we're just going to talk about different points where you can enter and exit your paddle to help you balance. So obviously, as you all know, we're really a big believer in finding your best technique. Most paddlers that take up this sport now are 30 plus, 40 plus, never paddled. You've all got maybe something wrong with you. Hips, knees, shoulders, elbows, broken hands, fingers. So very hard to look at the young 20-year-old Olympians and go, I want to paddle like that, when your biomechanics just won't let you do it. So paddle fitness always tries to get you to 100% of your technical ability and range. Close, in at your feet, giving that elbow, trying to keep that elbow nice and tight into your body. Staying within the bow wake, which we'll do another video on in flat water. Lifting with that upper arm, bringing that elbow up to shoulder height, and then we've got some very purposeful push and pull on the captain stroke. That's our ideal stroke. However, it's not always going to work. So you might find now, from now on, or going back through the past videos, that I do sometimes lead out with my exit outside that bow wave. So I'm not sort of pulling it really nice and tight as if I'd be paddling flat water. But I have that little lead out with my right, and maybe that left is hopefully almost perfect. And my left stays online, and I lead out with that right. And what I'm doing is I'm counteracting the lean of the ski and the wave. So in these conditions, you want to be trying to lean your ski into the conditions. So they're going to be a little bit to the right, but you know, it's mainly flat through here really. I know there's some bumps, but there's not really a lot where you have to lean to the right. There's no wind coming this way that's pushing me over. So I'm really just trying to stay centre, keep my hips squared, I can get good rotation. But then these little swells come, those bigger swells, and the ski's going to lean away from the swell. So I'm going to drop that left hip down as I'm going up that swell. And therefore I'm going to lean this way over the top and then maybe fall to the right. So to counteract that, and without having to lean to the right, stay right, as that ski leans to the left, I'm leading out with this paddle as a bit of a anchor point, and I'm pulling up on the water on the blade, and that pulling up on the water is going to pull me back towards the paddle. So it's sort of a bit of an inefficient stroke, let's say, but it just allows me to always hit the catches. So if I was leaning here, I'm falling now into this left catch all the time, and I'm wasting that left side. But by just taking that first half of the stroke correctly on the right, not all the time hopefully, but when I've got a bit of a lean like that, or if I'm on a runner and I want to tap back to the right, you know, inertia is going to push me over to the left. So my body already knows that I'm on this runner, I'm going right, the ski's going to want to lean a bit left, and to counteract that, I'm just going to throw that right exit out a little wider, open up my blade, or flatten out your blade, whichever way you want to look at it, so it's not coming out vertical like that. I'm flattening it, and that's just going to work these ab muscles a bit just to pull me back to level again. So it's just, I don't know, it's sort of just a sixth sense. I didn't really know I did it actually until I started to watch a few of these videos and then try to work out what I was doing. But I guess you'll all have your own little things that you work on. It's just one of those things. But again, you want your technique to be as close to 100% as you can, and then in those little moments of wobbles, you just want to sort of flatten out, lift a bit of water. Hopefully that'll bring you back so you don't fall out that high side. And I guess the other thing is with the catch, like if I feel that I'm leaning too far right, I want to help my body pull that ski back up to level. I'm coming to the end of the race and the abs are pretty much done and dusted. You want to sort of put, if I'm leaning right, I want to put that right blade out quite wide, like normally you're here next to your ski. So you might go out just that little bit wider, and that first catch is like pulling you back towards the ski to bring that ski level again, and then bring it back to where it would normally be, and then continue through that exit phase. So they're just little changes. I know in Brisbane, with our Brisbane squad, we've got a lot of Yetis and stuff coming in and out of the creek. So, you know, if you see those big swirls in front of you, you know, that's moving water. And you paddle like fixed water, a bit like a prop on a boat. If your prop goes through another prop, it'll cavitate and spin because it's really spinning on air and it needs that dead water. So if you're coming into those scenarios, just go out a blade width and pull a little wider. Still have your exit, so you're out here a little bit, like the base of the pyramid. So you're just widening that pyramid base, just so if you need to pull or push to help you stabilize, you've got that room. If you're here really close like this, lose your balance and want to pull that paddle towards you to bring you back towards the paddle, and the paddle's already hitting the ski, then you're in. The paddle's going to get stuck under your boat and you're going to fall in. So again, while we want you to have your most perfect, most efficient stroke, there are subtle changes you can make to improve your handling, the control, your efficiency in the downwind, help improve your balance, you know, by going out that little bit wider at the catch. Just try all these things, and as always, try me training. You don't want to come to race day and go, oh yeah, I've got to throw that right out because, you know, that right's not normal. Trust me. And that shoulder, if it's bending or twisting in a way that it's not used to, that's why you're going to get injured. So you don't practice any of this in a race, or especially a week or two before a race. Don't start practicing it a month or two before a race. Hope to see you all at the Paddle Australia World Championships in December. Now's the time to really work out, are you on the right path? You know, if you're struggling with a bit of weight, like I always have, you know, what are you doing about it? Do you need help? I'm not a dietitian, but I know what you need to do, and it's pretty simple. And I'm happy to give you the tools I should follow every day. to help you drop that couple of kilos. We do have a qualified nutritionist though in the Paddle to Fitness family when you're on the programs. She's always happy to help you out. So thanks, Skay. So our paddling family is more than just programs. It's, you know, mental support, athlete support, program support, you know, phone call, a coffee, just giving you that sense